In this world, countless communities exist, each with their own unique culture, beliefs, and way of life. But there's one tribe so terrifying, it defies everything we call human. They survive by eating human flesh. Just imagine that for a second. People who eat other people as food. Chilling, right? Today, we're diving into a movie that takes us deep into this horrifying reality. So without wasting a moment, let's begin our explanation. The story opens in the year 1980. Back then, people lived in constant fear of bandits, because once these outlaws caught someone, they didn't just steal from them, they took their lives too. We're introduced to a man named Permis. Alongside his partner, he brutally kills 3 men and robs them of everything they had. While wandering away from the crime scene, they reach a strange area, a circular formation made of wooden sticks, each one topped with a human skull. Before they can make sense of it, an arrow pierces Permis's partner, killing him instantly. Sensing danger, Permis fires wildly and escapes the scene, running back to the town. He buries the stolen items deep in the ground, but he doesn't realize the sheriff's assistant has seen everything. He rushes to the sheriff and tells him what he saw. "I think Permis is a bandit," he says. "I saw him hiding something in the ground. Looked like stolen goods." The sheriff agrees to confront him. He and his assistant go to the bar where Permis is sitting, but instead of grabbing him outright, the sheriff starts talking casually, trying to get him to open up. As the conversation turns toward his recent actions, Permis begins to panic, and the sheriff knows this man is hiding something dark. Just as the sheriff moves to arrest him, Permis makes a run for it, but a shot hits his leg, and he collapses, wounded and exposed before the townsfolk. It becomes clear to everyone, Permis is a criminal. Later, a man named John rushes into town to find a doctor. There's only one doctor in the entire area. We see that her husband is also injured, and she's tending to him, but sensing the urgency, she asks for his permission, then heads off with John to the station. Upon arriving, she sees Permis's condition is far worse than expected. Treating him could take the entire night, and even then, there's no guarantee he'll survive. Still, she begins working. The scene cuts, and we're taken to a new character, a young man walking toward a distant farmhouse. Suddenly, he hears the sound of horses. Curious, he investigates, but what he finds stuns him. Strange-looking people, not quite human. Before he can react, they attack him, tearing his body apart and devouring him like animals. These weren't just savages. They were the same cannibalistic tribe that had ambushed Permis earlier. They had followed his trail. And now, they had found new prey. Morning arrives. The sheriff receives a visitor, a man trembling with fear. He tells the sheriff that a dead body was found on his farm, a corpse in the most horrifying state imaginable, torn, mutilated, eaten. He says he rushed to the police station, but found no one there, not a single soul, not even a prisoner. The sheriff is stunned. He first visits the crime scene to confirm the man's story, then heads to the empty station. There, he and his assistant discover something chilling, an arrow left behind. But it wasn't just any arrow. This one had bones attached to it. Human bones. The sheriff suspects it came from an ancient tribe, one that lives by a code unknown to civilization. Still unsure, he takes the arrow to a professor who might know the truth. Before leaving, he visits the doctor's husband to inform him that not just the officers, but also his wife has gone missing. The news hits him like lightning. He's shaken, speechless, but the sheriff puts a hand on his shoulder and says, "Don't worry. No matter what, I will find them." Anyway, they all go to the professor and show him the arrow. The moment he sees it, he realizes it belongs to a tribe called the carnival type, a group of savage people who survive by eating raw human flesh. Once someone catches their eye, there's no way they can make it out alive. Now that these cannibals have discovered the town and already taken a few people, they're bound to return again and again, which means the whole town is now in danger. Everyone is terrified after hearing this. Meanwhile, the doctor's husband is completely broken. He'll do anything to save his wife. So, they decide to form a rescue team and go into the forest to destroy the entire tribe. And since the doctor's husband is desperate to save her, he decides to go with them too. They pack all the supplies they need and set off on horseback. As they travel, night falls, so they decide to camp there. John, who's good at setting up camp, places a wire trap around them so that if anyone approaches, the noise will wake them up. The next morning, they continue their journey. But the doctor's husband, whose leg was already injured, becomes even weaker. Sharif tells him he can stop and rest here if he wants, but the man refuses. He's determined to move forward. That night, they plan to stay where they are, but something strange happens. Two strangers start walking toward them. Hunt quickly raises his gun and yells at them to stop. The men say they don't have any weapons and that they're in danger. But Hunt doesn't trust them. He shoots them both. John is furious and asks why he killed two helpless people. Hunt says they can't afford to take any risks on this kind of mission. And when they check the bodies, it turns out Hunt was right. They were robbers. So once again, they narrowly escape. But late that night, the real trouble comes. While everyone is asleep, bandits attack again. This time, they steal everything, every last bit of their supplies. All they leave behind is Sharif's horse, but the horse had been crying out so loudly that they stabbed it and left it wounded. In the morning, when Sharif finds his horse in that condition, he's heartbroken. That horse was like his own child, and with no way to save it, he shoots it to end its pain. The next morning, they continue on foot, but the doctor's husband gets worse. His leg wound has become infected, and he can't walk anymore. The others tell him to stop and rest there. Before leaving him behind, they mark the trail with stones, so he can follow them later if he regains strength. Eventually, the group reaches the cannibal tribe's cave. The moment they arrive, one cannibal charges toward them. Arthur shoots him, but the sound of the gun draws many more cannibals out. These cannibals have strange weapons, and they're strong. One of them attacks John and badly injures him. He can't even stand up. Sharif tells him to stay there and rest while he goes to fight, but John is a warrior at heart. Even while sitting down, he manages to shoot and kill 3 of the cannibals before he dies. Anyway, the rest of the group gets captured by the cannibals and locked inside cages. From there, they can see 2 survivors in the front cage, the ones who had been taken earlier from the town. Sharif asks them where the others are, where Permis is. That's when the doctor says they ate her. The cannibals killed and ate everyone else. Only we 2 are left alive. Suddenly, a cannibal appears, blows a strange whistle, and more of them gather. Together, they drag the boy who was with the doctor out of the cage, strip him, grab him by both legs, and tear him in half. Everyone watches in horror, knowing they're next. Sharif says, "I still believe the doctor's husband will come for us." The doctor asks, "Where is Arthur?" Sharif explains, "He was with us, but his injury got worse halfway. We had no choice but to leave him behind." The doctor breaks down in rage. "How could you leave him alone?" Then Sharif asks, "How many cannibals are here?" The doctor replies, "Maybe 12 or 15. Sharif says, "I already killed one outside and John killed 3. That means 12 or 13 are left." They come up with a desperate plan. Sharif's assistant has a bottle of wine. They mix poison into it. They act like they're fighting over something special. One cannibal notices and grabs the bottle. 3 of them drink it and soon drop dead. Meanwhile, Arthur has made it to the cannibals' gate. 2 of them see him, but he shoots them both dead. As he approaches their bodies, he notices a strange whistle hanging from their necks. He blows it. More cannibals come running, and Arthur guns them down too. He kills most of them single-handedly. Only 5 or 6 remain. Back in the cage, the cannibals realize what Sharif has done, poisoning 3 of their own. They drag him out and start torturing him. That's when they hear gunfire outside. All the cannibals rush out, leaving only one behind, standing on Sharif's assistant's neck. But the assistant manages to kill him too. Outside, Arthur finishes off the rest, including the cannibal leader. He returns inside and tells Sharif how many he's killed. Sharif does the math and says, "Only 3 are left. You all go. I'll stay behind and finish them off." Sharif is broken, tortured beyond healing. He knows his time is near. The others hesitate, heartbroken, to leave him behind, but they must. They run. They escape. After walking some distance, they hear 3 gunshots. They know Sharif did it. In the final scene, we see Sharif breathing his last, having saved the town with his life. Only 3 of them survive, the ones who risked everything to protect their people. And that's how the movie ends. Friends, how did you like this story? Please make sure to comment and let me know. We'll meet again with a new story, a new video. Thank you.